Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this amazing, safe, and smart space. This is Keyman Community Live today, being on a Monday, a beautiful Monday, just as a presenter MK. I am presenter MK.
And of course, this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga. Umekuaje? How has been your weekend? Tulitoka hapa on Friday, wengine wetu walipenda kupiga raundi, na sisi tumerudi hapa. Of course, we take you through the week, and of course it's always a good moment kusikiza hizi sauti mbili kila siku tukianza wiki. Ama namna gani?
Right, and it has been amazing. The weekend has been fine. Ushaisikia fine like wine, hivyo ndo imekuwa. Manake kutembea, tumetembea hapa na pale, na tumediscover new people who have joined us in this community.
Yes.
And we're gonna be, tutakuwa tunawataja pale, alafu mambo inakuwa namna hiyo.
Inaonekana tulikuwa na impact.
Yes, because if people can join Keyman stores in during the weekend, like more than 3 people, that's an impact, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah. Makofi. Weka makofi huko chini.
And of course, remember, this show is brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com. What is www.keymanstores.com?
Keyman stores, where we buy safe and
we build
smart.
And of course, kumbuka, wewe ambaye unajenga saizi ama you have a plan to build na hauna mafundi ama hauna service providers ama hauna tunaitaje hardware stores, nini mahali penye utatoa vitu, ama you're looking for just a trustworthy place to source for your items, for your goods, and of course for your services, remember, keymanstores.com has got you covered.
Right, so we say hi to watu wetu wa diaspora. We say hi to Kareho Karanja. We also say hi to Gadhenji, and of course Sarah Nganga. Director, unasema nini?
Director ananiambia microphone yangu haijawaka.
Hebu fanye jamani.
Hiyo inawaka sasa.
Iko sawa?
Iko sawa. Unanisikia? Tuko sawa. Very nice. We can begin it again.
Tunaweza pick it again. Just when we thought ati tumeua pale, and then director says that ati hatujawasha mic.
Makosa imefanyika.
But makosa ni yetu. Haina shida. We take it again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this amazing, safe, and smart space. This being a beautiful Monday morning. This is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK.
And of course, this is a big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga, and of course, this is Keyman Community Live. Tuko hapa mubashara kutoka Ruiru.
Yes, Ruiru Kamakis,
Ruiru Kamakis, and of course the heart of construction in Kenya.
Right, na tunakwambia kama basi you're following us or uko hapa live na sisi TikTok, tuambie, keep telling us what you'd like to hear from us concerning construction, and of course the kind of guests, the skilled people in construction ambao ungetaka tulete hapa. And of course pale YouTube pia tuko live. Keep commenting hapo and share to your people, to your families, and to watu wote ambao wako na matamanio ya kujenga.
Kabisa. And of course, kumbuka, our goal here is to buy safe and of course build smart.
Yes. Sijui twende right into kusalimia watu wa diaspora pale.
Acha tujue hata masaa yao kwanza ni saa ngapi.
Right.
Masaa yao hapa naona wale watu ambao wako Adelaide kama kawaida. Masaa ni saa ngapi? Let us load it here. Adelaide, it's exactly 3:37 in the PM. Ndio jioni pale. New York ni saa 6:07. Alafu London ni saa 11:07. And of course, Nairobi, the big city, it is exactly 8:07 in the AM.
Right. Yani kuna watu wanafungia ng'ombe, mafungia ng'ombe na sisi ndo tunaamka.
Kabisa.
Enyewe dunia ni tofauti jamani. I want to, recognize some few people who are joining us on TikTok live, and I can see Murigi Dan, I can see Pato Sadat, I can see Kibet Mpole, and of course Hancho and Wild Maz Safari. Asanteni sana. Remember, we are live YouTube na TikTok, and this is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK.
And of course, this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga. Of course, tuko hapa kukupeleka wiki moja kwa moja, tukiweza kusonga vizuri, tupelekane moja kwa moja mpaka Friday
manze. Unajua we really covered a lot last week. And watu wenye tulikuwa na wao hapa manze, mimi nilisoma sijui painter, kulikuwa na painter, plumber, electrician na another person anaitwa plugger. Watu wenye mnaniuliza kazi huku kwa mitandao, kuna mtu alikuwa anawaambia about job opportunities, and the name is Plug but his real name is Titus. And so tutaona ni mambo gani ama ni yepi tuliweze kutoa kutoka kwa that lineup of guests. And don't forget that today we will also have another amazing person ambaye alikuwa bado kwa hiyo lineup ya last week, but today with a different topic.
Maybe before tuendelee sana, what was your biggest take home last week?
My biggest take home, wajua mimi ni mtu ambaye anapenda pesa. Kwa hivyo let it be clear. So I learned some money saving tips in construction, because I wouldn't want to see my money getting lost ama ikienda mahali ambapo haifai. So me, when I want to build, I just learned that I need a plan before I start spending that money, and I also need to avoid shortcuts. That's my money saving tips. Hivyo sasa.
Director anauliza pesa gani hiyo?
So director unataka kusema sina pesa ama what are you trying to say? Like, do you know me? Is me you know me? No, we don't know each other. Ndio hivyo sasa. Iko
sawa. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Keyman Community Live, and of course we are live on YouTube at Keyman Stores, and of course on TikTok at Keyman Stores. Na kama unaendelea kujumuika nasi, naona watu wanaendelea kufurika pale TikTok. Karibuni sana. My biggest take home ilikuwa planning. Planning is very important in construction, and of course construction does not end. Kuna pre-construction, kuna construction, alafu kuna post-construction. So if you fail to plan in pre-construction, then you're going to fail in post-construction, and of course it's going to be expensive. And that's why in most circumstances unapata kuna so many stalled buildings, manyumba zimesimama, loans hazilipwi, shida zimekuwa mingi. It's always because a lack of proper planning. And of course the biggest take home ilikuwa jichanue.
Na unapenda kutuchanua?
Kabisa because hata sisi tunajichanua. Iko masaa ingine hapo itakuwa pale na itakuwa ni noma zaidi ya sana. Naona kuna mtu anajiita Coach Mumo. Coach Mumo itakuwa ni vizuri sana ukiweza kufuatilia show. Naona unaulizia if you know someone who can do sales, or if you can do sales or you know somebody, kindly DM. Lakini mbona umeandika in caps? Si ungeandika tu in small letters.
Unajua unanishautia mimi baby girl, unajua kuandika na capital letters baby inamaanisha ni kama unanishautia.
Ni kama unashout.
Manzi, like just write in small letters. But anyway, I just want to remind you something else about sending us your videos of what you do. Here at Keyman Community Live, we are encouraging you who is watching us to send us your video ama video ya kazi ambayo unafanya, whether you are a plumber, electrician, painter, or whichever work you're doing in construction. Take a moment of your time and record a video, send to us, DM us on TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, or just hata YouTube pale, na tukuambie vile utatuma hiyo video, ama Brian Jenga atatuambia namna ya kutuma hiyo video. Reason being is tunataka kucheza hiyo video yako and show people what you do. who knows kama mtu atakuja pale Keyman Stores akutafute na akupe kazi ama namna gani.
Kabisa. And of course remember you can send that video to our WhatsApp number. Ukiingia pale TikTok utaipata. Tukirudi after break nitakupea hiyo number. For some few reasons hatuwezi kupea the number right now, but once we get after the break we will give you the number. So what you do is simple, go to TikTok, ingia pale TikTok, send us that DM, tell us who you are, kazi yenye unafanya, hiyo ya mjengo, whatever field ya mjengo yenye uko. Just tell us, send those a few videos, alafu we get to feature them in the show wakati utaweza kukuja. And then kama wewe uko pale nyumbani umejengewa na unaona huyu fundi ni mkali sana and you would want his story to be featured kwa show ndani, it is very nice for you to send us the name and of course the location and of course video zake, na itakuwa ni noma zaidi sana, so you get to nominate the person who you want to see on the show.
Another important thing, this one guys, we are in the month of love.
Hey, in the week of love. Wow.
Actually it's the week because Valentine's is on Saturday 14th.
Yes.
So I have a question, or not a question but maybe a request. I want to request you love birds. You can use it that money that you have. Imagine you can build your love some nice house.
Or you buy one.
Yeah, or you buy one. Oh my God.
Something as simple as you can buy some few bags of cement from Keyman Stores.
Right. By the way, uingie pale because there are so many people selling such kind of construction materials. So unaweza wa promote, uingie pale Keyman Stores and of course unanunua vitu zenye wanauza. Na talking about people who are in Keyman Stores, we also want to recognize some few stores ambazo zimejoin Keyman Stores. Dakika moja tu ni wafungulie pale. Right. So kama hawa watu wa hizi stores wananitazama, msikie mko nyumbani, msikie mko karibu kwa Keyman Stores. The first one is called Happiness Hardware in Nyeri. Director, wapi makofi, weka makofi ya Happiness.
Tutafanya hivi, ukisema hiyo store, mimi nasoma description yao.
Very nice, very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to...
Ngoja kidogo.
Okay.
Wacha tutafute hiyo description ndio wakaribishwe vizuri. And of course remember, anytime you get to register your store, you get a shout out direct from us at Keyman Community Live kila siku asubuhi from 8 a.m. to 9 in the a.m. to 10 a.m.
to 10 a.m. Utakufuta kazi?
Tuko sawa sasa.
All right. Haya, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to warmly welcome this store on Keyman Stores. Happiness Hardware in Nyeri.
Wapi makofi?
Right.
Happiness Hardware iko Nyeri. It is located opposite Classic Court near Ruringu Stadium. A general hardware dealing in everyday building materials and construction supplies, serving homeowners, fundis and contractors in and around Nyeri. Wapi kelele?
Ngoja. I think I know this store by the way. Because mentioning Classic Court, junaiona mahali iko, hiyo hardware mimi mwenyewe nitakuja kutembea by the way.
Very nice.
Haya, the next store that has joined Keyman Stores is Arumlo East Africa.
Wapi makofi ya Arumlo East Africa. Now Arumlo East Africa is renowned for innovation, especially the Arumulo toilet system that uses only 2 liters of water per flush, focused on efficient resource-saving sanitation solution designed for modern African building needs.
Right.
And of course, today we'll be talking about innovation, and of course, this is very important this week.
Yeah. So the next store that we're having in Keyman Store is Stantec Builder.
Wapi makofi ya Stantec Builders. Stantec Builders is a technical builder specializing in interior finishes with standout work in gypsum and ceiling solutions, known for clean detailing and well executed modern interiors.
Right. Na watu huku wamejituma jamani. And of course the last store that has joined Keyman Stores is called Gibbs Electrical.
GIBS Electrical, specialist in electrical fittings and consultancy, providing structured electrical solutions for construction projects with emphasis on safety, compliance, and functional design.
So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, wapi makofi ya watu ambao wamejoin Keyman Stores. Asanteni sana.
And of course, thank you so much for all of you who are tuned in to Keyman Community Live. Remember, Keyman Community Live is brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com, where we buy, save, and of course, we build smart. And of course, kumbuka, each and every time you register your store inside Keyman Stores, you get a direct shout out from us.
From the amazing
presenter MK. And of course, the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga.
Namna hiyo. Mimi vile niko na swali lingine. Kuna kwanga na offers za Valentines kwa vitu za construction. Like uende pale uambie mrembo ati hii simiti iko na offer na nataka niende nikubaie. Like, don't you see hiyo ni innovation
Inaweza kuwa innovation.
Nikiintroduce hiyo si mtai embrace ama
It can be a way of showing love. Naona kuna wamepotea vision glass mat and something. Karibu sana. Thank you for joining us in the live. Remember, this is Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com. What do we have lined up for the day before the break?
Oh my God, we have a lot, and but the most important part is that we are going to be talking about innovation. What do you know? What does innovation mean to you? Maybe generally, and maybe we're going to be understanding what it means in construction. Na niliwaambia mgeni wetu wa leo, unaona vile watu wanaambiwa ati mgeni wetu wa leo sio mgeni ni mwenyeji. God damn it. Sio mgeni ni mwenyeji. Kwa hivyo msifeel ati kutakuwa na pressure, msifeel tuko sawa. Si ndio? Kwa hivyo si mtu wa kushinda ati tuelewe ni nani kutoka huko nyuma. You already know who he is, and atakuwa ana shared knowledge, nuggets of wisdom pale. And kufika hapo sijui naona tuende katika mapumziko mafupi, alafu kisha tutakuwa tunarejea. Director, sijui kama uko ready Kama uko ready, hebu niambie tuende mapumziko. Au uko ready? Direct. Right, we are back again here at Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MKPMK.
And of course, this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga. Karibu tena ndani ya Keyman Community Live.
I hope director alitengenezewa maji kwake.
Kwa nini?
Vile ananiongelesha hapa na hasira ingine. Ati ananiambia tumerudi live. So, mbona director lakini shout out to you, Mr. Director. So today, Mr. Brian, topic yetu ya leo itakuwa tuna dive right into innovation. Mimi, I don't know what innovation means in construction, but what I just know is that innovation, it's just coming up with new ideas, methods, maybe za kufanya kitu. But in construction, I think we will leave that to Lydia McKelvin.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Well, I think naweza fikiria from my times, maybe nikijenga nini ama nikiwa tu nimetulia. First of all, maybe we talk about what innovation is. Should kama shuleni kulikuwa na science congress na science contest vitu kama hizo?
Yeah, kulikuwa nazo.
Mostly in those circumstances ulikuwa unakuta kuna hizo ma innovations. Sijui tunataka kutengeneza mawe yenye inatumia mchanga.
They were crazy.
Kitu kama hiyo. For example. So for me I think innovation in this case ni kitu kama hiyo. So for easy working. Hapa nilikuwa nimeandika innovation happens for easy working. Sema for example, time yenye nilikuwa mjengo kulikuwa na maybe unafaa upandishe mawe kutoka uko chini mpaka 8th floor.
Yeah.
If ningekuwa na a way ya kupandisha hizo mawe virahisi ama in a simple way, I think mimi ninge embrace hiyo. I think that is innovation. So first of all I feel like innovation kwa construction ni something that brings an easy working and of course efficiency.
Right. So okay. Keyman stores. Hiyo ni innovation.
Of course, Keyman stores in innovation because it reduces a lot of middlemen. Kwa site, for example, we always keep talking about trust. Trust is expensive. Trust is earned na vitu kama hizo, si ndio? So in this case, tuulizane. You need something, si ndio? Ama unataka kulipa mafundi kwa site.
Yep.
Si ndio? In normal circumstances labda utalipa huyu jamaa wa nini, huyu foreman, ama utalipa kitu kama hiyo, si ndio? So utamlipa, si ndio? So in this case, yeye kukuosha it is very easy. Ama yeye kuosha wale watu wengine it is very easy. Of course we had also talked about ghost workers kwa site. Si ndio? So you can also get ghost workers kwa site.
Right.
So utachuja aje how ghost workers kwa site. You understand? So that's a problem.
Okay.
And you see, you need to have an easy working. Last week we also talked about saving kwa site ama optimizing cost kwa site.
Yeah.
So how do you go about optimizing cost kwa site? It is very simple. Have something yenye ina reduce how middlemen wengi, and then you look at the quality. Thank you so much, Maureen, for joining us.
Right.
So in this case, Keyman stores ni innovation kwa the construction industry because it reduces all those many middlemen, and of course inatuleta to one point, looking at quality and of course promoting easy working. Yes.
Right. And I'm also looking at innovation in another example, let's say, apart from Keyman stores. Na sijui nina confuse innovation na invention, but there's this, so you know tea leaves. Unajua zile zinachunangwa huko wherever. So coming up with a machine to pluck teas, and knowing how to use that machine to pluck the teas, the tea, sorry. So okay, invention ni hiyo machine iliinventiwa, si ndio?
Invention iko. Okay.
And
what happens ni inventions zikwa. There is nothing that is new.
Okay.
Inventions zikwa. But there is now innovation. So for example, this calendar was created, si ndio? But sisi ndio tunajua venye tunaitumia hapa hivi kwa set.
Innovation.
Yes, that is now innovation.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
Oh my God, mtu wangu wa mkono is here to make things easy. You see, now I understand innovation and invention.
Something else.
Yeah.
A wheelbarrow kwa site si ni ya kubeba tu mchanga na nini na nini.
Yes.
Alafu mtu akakaa chini akasema, na hii wheelbarrow si inaweza nibeba. And then they put an engine. You understand? So the invention ilikuwa kwa wheelbarrow. And now sasa kuna innovation. So you can imagine now a wheelbarrow that is flying ikibeba mawe.
That's an innovation. That's a new way of doing using that thing.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it.
So in this case, we would want to talk about innovation. Sio ati nyumba kali, hapana. Me I feel innovation ni more of there is fewer mistakes, and of course there is faster decision making.
Uh-huh.
Now this one cuts across fundi, inakata across mwenye anajenga, inakata across mtu wa mkono. Like it cuts across everyone in the construction market.
You know me, when we are having a topic yenye tunakuja kudiscuss hapa, I like talking about it with my friends when I'm coming here. And nikiwaambia topic yetu ya leo ni about innovation, and we try to chambua around that and wakanituma wakaniambia that maybe you can ask your guest for today. Okay, hata tujiulize sisi hapa kwa studio, innovation who happen. Okay, mbona innovation apart from, you know, to make things easy, ni vitu zingine gani zinaweza fanya innovation happen, na kwa environments gani, ama just anywhere, hata hapa studio, hata ukiwa wapi, ukiwa ni wapi, okay, like where exactly innovation inaweza happen?
Okay, you know, unajua kama venye director alikuwa amekosa maji kwake, lazima alikama up na new ways of getting water. Because you can't survive without water. So you take for example, site yetu ndio hii. Tuko na shida moja. Hii shida ni gani? Hii ni shida ya maji. You understand? Well, hakuna maji hapa karibu. Na inaleta shida sana. Unajua, you can come up na idea labda ya hakuna borehole, but tunaweza angalia venye tunaweza chimba kama maji hapa hivi ama kitu kama hiyo. You see, that's an innovation its own way. So normally what happens, innovation inaweza happen wakati kuna shida, wakati kuna shida extreme, shida sana, ama inaweza happen wakati kuna extreme comfort. Because sisi tunapenda tu kujichallenge.
Yeah, na mimi nafikiria maybe kwa site ya construction, I'm thinking that when you have less skilled labor, ama skilled people kwa site, si mnaweza try to come up with ways of doing hiyo kazi mko nayo mingi haraka, or maybe a simple way.
Actually nimefikiria kitu kingine. For example, this is a site hapa penye tuko ni site, na tunahitaji kupandisha maybe mabati, ama tunahitaji kupandisha mawe. We can create something like a conveyor belt. Unaona? So tunavuta tu hizo vitu, tunazivuta huko juu. How it happens tutajulia hapo. But basically that is what we mean by innovation. And of course, karibu sana kwa Keyman Community Live. Of course, today we're talking about innovation. How does it help? And of course, how does it impact finances ndani ya construction site? And of course, innovation is not tasemaje, kuna hiyo title fulani yenye tumeweka fancy, the fanciness of it. Wacha niangalie, you can continue nikiendelea kuitafuta.
Right. So I was also trying to think that wakati ambapo we were told that construction it's a process, and it needs planning and everything. So I was trying also to think, and maybe I am asking you mwenye uko nyumbani, innovation inaweza happen maybe hata pale kwa planning, wakati una plan, wakati unaweka design pale, architects wakati mnafanya designs nini, maybe pia pale inafaa ikuje wakati mna plan, ama maybe inakujanga sasa jumshaanza kupata mashida katikati ya construction. Ni nini inaendeleanga maybe? And also unaona pale kwa active sites, wakati ambapo watu, kuna fundi, kuna architect, kuna foreman, wakati mnagongana tu pale akili mnaulizana hii kazi itaisha aje haraka. Yani mahali watu wako active, you see, fundi anafanya kazi yake, huyu anafanya kazi yake, hapo ndio maybe hizo ideas zinatokea. Ama pia inaweza happen kwa, you know, a lot of questions. Kelvin Liliema, I don't know if you're ready for this, because
naambiwa ameshafika.
Hey, nakwambia leo mambo itakuwa imechemka. I am just ready to learn. I also hope that you're ready to learn with me, because it's a lot that we need to understand about innovation in construction. Sijui kama umepata.
Nimepata. Construction is not fancy, it is efficient.
Right.
So by fancy it means si ati ni ile nyumba kali kabisa. It's more of efficiency, it's more of saving costs, it's more of faster decision making, and of course making few mistakes, because at all given times we talk about planning, we talk about optimizing cost, and of course saving the little coin yenye unaweza save kwa construction, because at the end of the day kama tutatoka hapa na hauja manage kujenga ile nyumba yenye ulikuwa unataka with the amount of money yenye ulikuwa umeplan, then we will not have achieved. That's why tunakuletea hizi topics so that you get to understand with us pole pole the process of construction, the key players in construction, and of course how to do that construction efficiently.
Yes, and you know, I like giving examples here ndio tuzikumbuke na tuweze kuelewa whatever we're talking about, and I have another example of where innovation inakujia. Why innovate Keyman stores? You know, to build trust and accountability.
Yes.
There was some reasons why Keyman stores was innovated.
Yes.
Sindio? And one of them is to, build trust and accountability and all those things in construction. Ndio hii mambo ya kuoshwa jamani iishe ati umeitiwa fundi because I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. Hiyo mambo iishe, and we start embracing the system, working with the system, and in this case Keyman stores. Yeah.
Kabisa. And of course, if you are joining us right now, this is Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com. Our topic of today is innovation. Innovation is not fancy, it is efficient. Of course, we are talking about saving cash, is of course few mistakes, and of course a faster decision making. And of course, kama uko pale nyumbani na wewe ni fundi, wewe ni mtu wa mkono, wewe ni mtu tu ambaye umetengeneza kitu mpya ambayo inasaidia kwa construction, you have a new innovation, ama you have a new idea in construction, and you would like to share your idea, remember to check us out on TikTok at Keyman Stores, and of course on YouTube at Keyman Stores, tukiwa live kila siku from 8 a.m. to 10 in the a.m. And of course, kama uko na idea yenye unataka kuleta hapa kwa show uweze kuonyeshana vizuri, and of course you make your own sales ama uweze kujulikana, remember you can send your videos, you can send that text to our WhatsApp number utaipata pale TikTok, ama ututumie DM pale TikTok, ama you can send a DM to me at Brian Jenga on TikTok, Brian Jenga on Facebook, and of course Brian Jenga _ on Instagram.
Hautaki mimi wanitumie DM?
Unaweza jiendeleza tu.
Right, so I also want to remind you that if you have products that you're selling in construction, or you are a service provider, you're an architect, you're wewe pia ni wanaitangwaje contractor, wewe ni project manager kama mgeni wetu wa leo, you can also on board pale kwa Keyman Stores,
Yes.
so that if people want your service, wataingia pale, wataipata. Na maybe please unaweza tuelezea ama elezea mtu ambaye anatutazama jinsi ya kuingia pale kwa Keyman Stores.
Jinsi ya kuingia pale kwa Keyman Stores, unaingia pale, una create account. Creating an account is free, and then once you create your account, kuna ile case number, alafu kuna verification.
Yes. So kuna hiyo process nataka to clarify vizuri, hiyo ya KS number na nini. So anyone ambaye ako Keyman Stores anaweza pata KS number, but kupata KS number ama your unique identification number,
Yes.
it doesn't exactly mean that you are verified.
Yes.
Being verified, it means that you already have a bank account and you're ready to trade.
Thank you.
You can provide that service to someone who wants it. You can also sell your product ambayo unauza pale. So in short, having a KS number doesn't necessarily mean that you're verified on Keyman Stores. What is whatever is gonna identify you kama mtu ako verified ni kukuwa na bank account, which means that you can trade. Unaweza lipwa hapo ama ulipane.
Kabisa. And of course, having a bank account means you can generate some money from the system. How do you do that? You can become a plug, you can do your own account pale kama supplier, kama service provider, and of course you can earn something each and every time you use the platform. Remember, this is Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com.
Hiyo story ya plugs, before tuende break, nataka tuaguzie kidogo, and which means that you can get an extra income if you become a plug at Keyman Stores. We had a guest last week. His name was Titus. Titus is a plug from Nyeri, and Titus earns an extra income without necessarily working from 8 to 5 or whatever time you work, hiyo masaa, but Titus an extra income by becoming a plug. Maybe plug anafanya nini mbio tuingie break?
Plug anasaidia tu kusaidia watu wengine kuweza kujua platform. So I'll give you an example. Ukienda kwa soko, kuna wale watu ambao wanakuonyesha hapa ndio nyanya ziko, hapa ndio kitunguu iko, ukitaka viatu utaenda ile side, ukitaka nini utapata hii side. So in this Keyman ecosystem, the plug ni huyo mtu ambaye anakuonyesha. So if you're not tech savvy, kama wewe huelewi mambo ya online sana, plug anakusaidia kuelewa pale. And how does a plug generate income? So plug anaweza kukusaidia pale, and once huyu mtu ambaye plug ameweza kusaidia, ameweza kuverify your account, plug anaweza kupata some 350 Kenya shillings automatically by the system kwa wallet yake. One more thing yenye plug anaweza fanya,
Join the #1 marketplace for builders.
You can earn something as you progress.
Right, and with that, we take another short break. Coming up, G Chalue with Brian Jenga, the big voice in construction.
Keymanstores.com.
Karibu sana. This is Keyman Community Live, and of course this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jenga, and of course ukiniona niko hapa peke yangu, you just know hii inaitwa G Chanue. And of course ndani ya G Chanue tumerun vitu kadha hapa na pale, and of course hapa kwa G Chanue tunashinda tukikuambia, ama we keep on telling you the things that we tell you here ni za kujijenga, ni za kufanya ujue kitu ambayo inaendelea ndani ya construction market, and of course ni ya kukufanya uweze kuelewa vitu mpya zenye zinaweza kutokea, ama kukumbusha vitu zenye tunaweza kufanya hapa ili tuweze kuokoa pesa na kuokoa muda ndani ya construction. Thank you so much for all of those who are continuing to join us. Naona Gerald Odongo, Weche tu, Martin Martinez, Mimo, karibuni sana ndani ya TikTok live, and of course remember we are live also on YouTube at Keyman Stores. Thank you so much. So leo the main topic of discussion ni innovation. Tukiongea kuhusu innovation, mtu anaweza fikiria kitu ngumu sana yenye haijaifanyika hii dunia, ama kitu yenye haijaonekana, especially kwa construction. Mtu anasema innovation ya leo ama innovation in this context we are talking about glasses zenye zimetengenezwa sijui na mchanga ama zimetengenezwa na nini. In this case, no. Innovation is the smallest thing that you think about wakati unataka ku save pesa ama wakati unataka ku reduce mafikiria mingi wakati wenye unajenga. So innovation is not about expensive technology. It's about making few mistakes and of course faster decision making. So how does the Keyman ecosystem ama Keyman stores help you in this innovation thing? In normal circumstances, construction is expensive. And why is it expensive? Ukifikiria vizuri, it's because kuna a lot of middlemen. Kuna unafaa kulipa hii ndio upate huyu ndio upate huyu ndio upate huyu. So how does Keyman stores help you with this small innovation? So number one, Keyman ecosystem gives you verified professionals. That means kuna reduced risks. And then it gives you a digital traceability. A digital traceability basically means huyu fundi mwenye anakuja anaweza kujulikana vizuri. In normal circumstances, ukipewa referral ni ule msendi anamjua na haumjui vizuri. But Keyman stores imeweza kuverify huyu fundi, huyu mtu wa mkono, huyu supplier, huyu nini. So that traceability is there and that means kuna a lot of accountability. So that means huyu mse hawezi kuosha. That means you get a safe space to work and of course you get to build smart and of course you get to buy safe. And then kuna the plug system. So the plug system basically means kuna faster onboarding and access. Fast onboarding and access means the process moves on swiftly, haraka. So hakuna hii pressure mingi ya nitadeliviwa saa ngapi, sijui nitawekewa vitu zangu kwa system saa ngapi. No, in case uko na swali, you get someone to ask very fast. And of course the AI system is already there to help you to ask your questions fast and of course zijibiwa haraka and of course you get all those things zikifanywa haraka. So of course kuna that fast onboarding process and of course that access. So hakuna hiyo process mrefu sana. That basically means innovation is in work haraka hapo. So in this case innovation does not really mean kitu kubwa sana. It means hizi vitu kidogo zenye tunafanya in order to reduce cost. Even this show is part of the innovation, helping you understand, helping you learn and of course helping you know how to trade safely. Last but not least, one ecosystem. So one ecosystem reduces, venye nilikuwa nimekuambia, ina reduce middlemen, ina reduce easy challenges hapa katikati, sijui inahitaji nini haraka. It makes it easy for you to transact very fast and of course have business in a very fast pace. And of course last but not least, a system that reduces confusion is more innovative than a fancy building. So creating that system and of course creating allowing the system to work for you, alafu uendelee kuangalia quality, basically reduces hiyo pressure ya sijui tunaanza wapi, tunaelekea wapi na tunasonga wapi. That has been Jichanwe for today. We meet tomorrow, same time, same place. My name is the big voice in construction. This is Brian Jenga. Of course, this show is brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com, where we buy safe and of course we build smart. Up next is Monica Karanja, of course akiwa amekuletea guest wetu Lidiema Kelvin. Director, mimi niko tayari.
Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
We are back again, ladies and gentlemen, on Keyman Community Live. We are saying that this is an amazing, safe, and smart space. I am your host, presenter MK, PMK. Na leo, mgeni wetu kwishafika jamani. He's not new to this space. Of course, he was here last week talking to us about project managing. He's an end-to-end project manager, and he was talking to us about the process, the construction process. Of course, today we will be diving right into innovation. We want to understand what innovation really means in construction, leave alone the general meaning of innovation. We have discussed quite a bit about innovation with the big voice in construction, Brian Jenga, and we've come up with so many examples trying to, get a clear understanding of innovation in construction. But right at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome the one and only Lydiema Kelvin, an end-to-end project manager. Hi, Kelvin.
Hi.
Uko fiti?
Niko fiti sana.
Weekendi iko fiti?
Yes, ilikuwa fiti.
Yes. Umepitia site mahali hivi?
Ni lazima.
Lazima, right.
Yes.
So tumekuwa na discussion na Brian Jenga hapa about innovation. Na tume karibu tupigane hapa juu huyu wanasema innovation ni hivi. But we want to really understand innovation in construction. But before hata to dive sana, maybe your general understanding about innovation, general to bila kwenda kwa construction.
Yes. General understanding ya innovation, it is nothing fancy. It is nothing technical.
Okay.
It is not as technological as the word itself sounds. It is you can say it is simply systems. Yes, systems that help in efficiency, systems that help reduce confusion in any field. In any field that you may be dealing with. Yes.
So si kitu kikubwa hivi, unajua unasikianga innovation ati someone has innovated something, uko like wow, it's something big.
Innovation is just a roadmap. It's somebody somewhere deciding to draw a clear roadmap from point A to point B, and deciding that this is the easiest way to go without wasting so much resources. Yes.
So hata before tuendelee, nataka mtazamaji pale ashike that Lydiema Kelvin has said that innovation is not something fancy. Yes. So sahi nataka tukiendelea na hii discussion yetu, watu wa cool down sasa. It's not something big, it's just something fancy.
No, it's not something. It's not something that you have to sit and code and do a lot of mathematics. Yes, you're only looking for the easiest way, or the easiest or the simplest solution out of any challenge.
All right.
Yes.
So does that mean that we innovate when we have challenges?
Actually, that is where most of the innovations come from. You discover a challenge, you want to cross to the other side, you innovate, you find a solution to a problem.
Right.
Yes.
So you being a project manager, of course umetembea sites, ndio?
Yes.
So where does, or from your experience in construction, where does innovation mostly show up pale kwa site? In which situations?
Kwa site, kwa construction, first of all, construction is one of the oldest professions of, how do you call it, craftsmanship in the longest time period, and it will live even after we are dead. So, usually somebody would assume in construction, innovation comes in by using let's say expensive material, expensive machines, advanced technologies, and all those kind of things. But it is not. Innovation comes in reducing confusion through efficient communication. You have reduced material wastage, time wastage, and efficient use of labor. So you have the kind of material you are using. It could be stones, it could be aluminium, it could be glass, it could be anything. But how you use those materials on site is what is innovation. If you can reduce waste to as little as much as possible, then that is what you can define as innovation in construction.
Right. You know, throughout last week, we were talking about, we mentioned about planning before you start building.
Yes.
And maybe to avoid, you said to avoid expensive mistakes on site.
Yes.
And of course, before tukuje kwa hii show, we also had planned what to talk about, topic.
Yes.
So that brings us to, you know, innovation sometimes inaplaniwa ama inakuja tu.
Okay. Before you start a project, you plan yourself.
Yeah.
When you plan yourself in 10 years time, you still are getting you are still getting your returns from a project. You just don't complete your project at handover and enjoy the project at handover, and then 10 years down the line, you can no longer explain yourself, you can no longer look at your project the same way. So innovation will help you look at a project 10 years, 20 years from now, and still be able to see the results of what you did back then. Yes.
So from what I'm getting ni eti pia ukiwa pale planning stage, you can also look at the challenges zenye zitakuja and maybe think of something.
That is the intention of planning. You need to be able to look at it and understand, look at weather patterns, look at where you're sourcing your materials from, where you're getting your labor from, the machinery you are going to use on site. You are looking at everything. And then you try to foresee the challenges that might arise from all those points of production that you want to use on your construction project. So before you start a project, you look at everything that may or may not happen and plan yourself accordingly. Yes.
Kuna mahali specific ambapo innovation ina matter most, like for example, someone is doing design, a fundi wants to, you know, afundi anataka kujua materials zenye zimenunuliwa, ndio maybe if it's not the right one afikirie haraka.
There is nothing that is a surprise or an emergency on a construction project. It is a term. It is one of the biggest verses we use in the Bible of construction. There can never be an emergency on construction if you planned yourself. Yes. So there is nothing that will come there is something we need that you did not think of. Of course, you did not think of it. That is why now you come and start to get surprises on the project. If you plan yourself, you organize yourself very well, that is the innovation. In construction. You yourself first planning and organizing yourself before you start a construction project is the genius of the construction process. Yes.
So I want us to get into practical examples za innovation kwa site. So me I have this question. Mtu mwenye alisema watu wavange hizo helmets kwa site. Is that innovation?
Okay, if you're looking at innovation in terms of technology advancement, material advancement on site, labor improvement, we can call those the kind of things as innovative in regards that they protect your labor on site. You put on your helmet, you use harnesses, you put on safety boots, so that if you are working with 10 fundis, and you are not delayed by the fact that 5 of them have been in an accident in a day, in that week or in that period of construction. So you can define it as innovation in that you've protected your labor, you've protected your people. So that brings efficiency in labor force. Yes, right. Your team is protected when you're on site. Yes.
So not fancy,
not
but
fancy,
efficient.
Yes, and not complicated. Nothing from the moon.
Very
Yes,
nice.
Yes.
So I'm starting to even love the fact that you're saying it's not something big, because I used to think that, you know, when we talk about innovation,
Yes.
it's really, really something big.
Yes.
You know, we also, kuna something we talk about team.
Yes.
How teams react
Yes.
to innovation.
Yes.
Director, utanisaidia kidogo tafadhali. Okay. So, Kelvin,
Yes.
there's we can introduce something to a team.
Yes.
Ama mimi hata uniambie kitu mpya yenye sijaisikia. There's a way different people react to changes or something new. So how should people react to, or maybe from mahali ushaikuwa,
Yes.
watu wanachukuanga aje innovation kwa site? Do they embrace it?
Sadly to say, in the construction industry,
Yeah.
we are the last, or we become one of the last people to adapt to new technologies, new ways of doing things, because usually what we go with is, if it works, then it works. We do not want to change what works. But in the recent years, we've seen some change. People are embracing new ways of doing things. The technologies, the ways we communicate is different.
Yeah.
We are embracing the softwares. But mostly what I know that we can say is a challenge and people do not respond to positively sana is innovation in material.
Innovation in material.
Yes, if you bring new material to construction, it means we need to learn. We need to go back to learning how we are going to use that material. The effects of that material in terms of long-term use in construction. But anything else other than material and machinery, we are learning to adapt as fast as we can. Yes, but usually it's the fundi who knows how kuweka mawe. Ukikuja na new ideas of how kuweka mawe, you will have an abrasion kidogo, msumbuane kidogo, but with the time it takes on and inakuwa, yeah.
So ugumu wa kufanya, wa kulearn that new thing that has come up, tunaweza, from what you're trying to say, ndio maana some people wanakataa ku adapt to those.
In construction is like you're bringing up a baby. You're giving birth to a child.
Yes.
And if anything out of the normal way of giving birth to a child comes up, everybody in the industry, every stakeholder must investigate, must sit down and look at all the possibilities about that new idea in the market. You can't come with a new way of doing floor slabs and we just say, yes, we are going to go with it. No. We have to sit back, the engineers have to look at everything that can help the integrity of your new idea in everything, in every aspect. Costs and everything must be looked into before somebody says, now this new innovative idea can take place in the construction industry. Yes.
I'm interested to know about foreman. Foreman anachukulia aje, yeye wachana na kila mtu, foreman anachukulia aje innovation, because maybe hataona huyu mtu, maybe mwenye hata innovate kitu is just a normal fundi down there, hataona ni kama they are trying to outshine that.
It's
Does
normal.
it happen?
It's normal. Anywhere you are, when power wants to shift, you'll always have that. But usually, these are the people that sit below the food chain in the construction industry, the foreman and the fundis. They will usually go with what they are used to. And we even find ourselves you find architects, engineers, and QSs having a hard time to introduce a new idea into a construction project. That means you cannot bring it in the middle of a construction project because you're already having people who are used to building with the systems that they started with. If you bring anything in the middle of that, you start bringing confusion. Now it beats the purpose of innovation. Yes, because innovation is not supposed to bring confusion in the system of production. Yes. So when you're dealing with people like the foremen, who majorly control the fundis and the watu wa mkono on a project, these people, you cannot ambush them with new ideas. You bring them gradually. They now start to learn they can use, let's say, precast. How do they set precast panels? How do you use hollow blocks in construction? So you give it to them step by step gradually until they get used to that idea. And then now you can say you have implemented that innovative idea into the construction industry. But you cannot just wake up one day and decide, today we were using stones, we are not going to use stones anymore. So let us use the precast panels. Or let us go, we are not going to cast the slab conventionally. So today let us use hollow blocks and the T-beams. You cannot do that. You come in step by step and you give these people chance, the foremen a chance to interact with your system, to learn how to work with that system. Yes.
So you wait people to finish that project?
Yes, you can never rush. You can never rush them, and you cannot introduce new ideas in the middle of a project. Yes.
Umesema watu watakorogeka.
Italeta confusion. Then you are no longer innovating. You're just bringing up confusion in the industry.
All right.
Yes.
So pale kwa site
Yes.
Utapata kuna wazee na kuna watu wadogo, si ndio?
Yes.
So you find that the way wazee do, okay, I don't want to call them wazee, but you know, those people who have experience,
yes.
and these young people,
Yes.
they do things in two different ways,
Yes.
kinda. And this young person anataka alete mambo yake ya kufanya kitu. And then there's this experienced person is saying, no, this is the way it's supposed to be. I've been here for 20 years. Unasema nini? So now, how do we balance experience na openness to ideas hata kama inatoka kwa mtu mdogo?
The difference between these two people, the young mind and the old mind, is one has done it a lot, the other one has learned more. That is how I can summarize it. Kuna ule mwenye amejenga sana na kuna ule mwenye amesoma sana. Obviously kutakuwa na kusumbuana kidogo. There is a quote yenye huwa tunasema or a statement yenye huwa tunasema contractor angushangi nyumba yake ya kwanza. Anaangushanga nyumba yake ya 10.
Okay, what does that mean?
Yake ya kwanza anafata kila kitu venye inafaa kukua.
Okay.
Nyumba yake ya 10 juu amejenga sana.
Alright.
Anaona kuna kitu anaweza fanya mpya ama kuna kitu anaweza toa kwa mjengo yenye itasave either on cost or time. That is when a building collapses. Hardly will you ever find a new contractor on site collapsing a building. It is always somebody who's been in the industry for a long time, who's built for a long time, that thinks at this time they can try something that will reduce costs and time probably. But this old person has been building, and this is what I've just tried to explain to you, that a foreman amekuwa kijenga na mawe. Ukijaribu kumwambia leo tuache mawe tufanye kitu ingine, you have to train them through the process. It is the same thing with this old man who's been building for a very long time. Yes, he has experience. Let's say even 20, 30 years of experience. But he has that experience using the methods and the means they've been using for 30 years. So anything new this young person comes with either has to come with the labor force that can do it the way they want, or you are ready to sit and train this this old experienced person to go your direction. But as I've just told you, you cannot force it into the system. You have to bring it gradually, pole pole, until people realize, oh, we used to do these things 30 years ago. Today we don't need to do it that way. We can do it this way. Yes. And one of the examples of things that have changed recently is kitambo we used to plaster walls, then unaweka niro. Niro is a mixture of cement and sand, but very fine. Then unakuja unapaka undercoat, then unapaka your first coat of paint, then the second coat of paint.
Right.
Nowadays you just plaster your walls. You don't do the niro part. You apply gyprock. Gyprock is gypsum.
Okay.
So once you apply that gypsum, you come and apply your first coat of paint. You don't need the undercoat paint. You don't need the niro. So you've saved yourself material where you would have applied the undercoat paint. You've saved yourself material on cement that you would have used to apply a smooth surface on your walls. Now, if you have a 30-year experienced builder who comes and tells you lazima tupake niro, you have to explain to this person that si lazima tutafanya na gypsum. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
Now, this person does not understand working with gypsum until you now explain and teach to them how we are going to work with gypsum and how it is going to save us on material. Exactly.
So from what you've said about experienced people and maybe young people, that means that innovation can just come from anyone in the site.
Anyone.
Hata tuanze fundi, hata tukipanda.
Anyone. And mostly, usually, in construction, you get innovation from people who are not even trained in the field, in this industry.
Oh.
You get it from the developer who wants to do, let's say, multi-dwelling apartments. And they tell you, how can we approach this in a way that we are going to save on either costs or costs on material, labor, etc. So these people will ask you a question that will nudge your mind to want to think outside the box to deliver for them what they want. Yes.
Right.
So it comes from anyone.
Comes from hata mimi naweza,
hata wewe inaweza kuja hadi kwa ule soja na kuchungia site. Kwambie niliona jana mlikuwa mnafanya hivi kupeleka material kule juu, mnaweza tumia hii njia kufanya hivyo. Ita save on cost.
Oh, that's amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are taking a short break. We will continue with this discussion about innovation with Kelvin Lidiema, who is an end-to-end project manager. This is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK PMK. We are back here at Keyman Community Live. an amazing, safe and smart space. Jameni, kwani nimefunzwa innovation nikasema pia mimi innovate a new way of saying things. But anyway, I am presenter PMK. We are having Kelvin Lidiema, who is an end-to-end project manager and who is helping us understand what innovation really means in construction. So kama uko hapo na unatutizama and you want to understand how you can come up with new ways of making things easy pale kwa site, then you are in the right place. Before we go back to Kelvin Lidiema, I want to recognize some few people ambao wametujoin hapa in our TikTok live, and I can see Keyman address. Asante sana for joining. I also see Jimmy Jimso Tiles. Kuingia Keyman stores bana uze tiles. And of course, another person anaitwa nani huyo? Na director yetu pia anatutazama. Thank you. So, we go back to Kelvin Lidiema. So, I hope munatembea na mimi tuelewe hii maneno, si ndio? So, Lidiema Kelvin.
Yes.
Client mwenye anajengewa.
Yes.
Yeye anaweza, is it allowed yeye akuje na innovate something?
Yes. It's very much allowed.
Tell me about
it. Okay, if you're looking at kwa mjengo, there are two things I would want us to look at. We want to look at the building itself, and we want to look at the people involved in the building themselves. Most people would act before they think. When you innovate, it means you are thinking before you act. And if you think before you act, you give your building life. So it is not about how it will look when you are handing it over. It is about how it will serve you for 10 years, 20 years to come. So especially when developers want to bring up their projects, they are usually thinking about it in tomorrow's time. 10 years from today, will I be making money out of this building, or will I need to bring it down and put up a new structure? Yes. So anybody can bring up the innovation. Everybody can bring up the thinking in construction to realize now we can even use the containers to set up shops. Yes.
Right. So from what we have talked about in the first segment,
Yes.
Is it true to say that innovation should be encouraged kwa site?
It's in every industry.
In
It's
every
in
industry.
every field. It's in medicine. It is in everywhere there is innovation. Because if there is no innovation, it means people have stopped thinking. And that is dangerous at any point in life. Yes.
Right. So does it come with risks?
Everything has a risk. You first start, it's risky to start. And then you start, and then you learn. Once you learn, you improve. When you improve on it, now it becomes something everyone wants to do. Yes.
So you yourself, have you ever seen innovation backfire somewhere in a site, and what happened, and maybe why do you think it backfired if you have one?
It doesn't backfire in a way that you will regret. It backfires in a way that you will learn. Because you wanted to try something new and it failed. And sometimes we say it will fail on paper first before it is going to fail on site. That is why that is the thinking process. You will sit down on paper and you will work it out on paper. At the point it fails on paper, definitely it's not going to work on site. So nobody comes to site and says, we are going to try this thing before we actually sit down and put it on paper, plan it, and approve it. Yes, it's not allowed. It's illegal in simple terms to just come on site and decide that this is what we are going to do as a notion of innovation. Innovation doesn't work like that in construction. Nothing comes to the ground unless it has gone through paper, and we've sat down and planned it and seen that actually nothing is going to go wrong before we go and build. Huwezi ingia tu kwa site na useme leo hatutumie simiti kwa mjengo, hapana. Yes, whatever that you want us to use as an adhesive, we must go and verify we must go and verify that idea before we can actually implement it. Yes.
So, when we are doing this innovation whole thing,
Yes.
We want also to try and make it not to backfire, right?
Yes.
How do we protect a project that is ongoing,
Yes.
while still innovating?
This is what it works. This is how it is going to work.
Yeah.
Let me give you. Let me make it look like an illustration. I want you to give an example of what you're thinking right now on a project that you feel you will come out of nowhere, get to a site and say, I would like this to happen on this project. I want you to give me an example.
An example?
Of anything that you think you can come on site while a project is ongoing and say, I have an innovative idea. What is
So
what
I
an
think
example?
I'll come, just anything.
Anything.
Mi naweza kuja niwaambie hii simiti kuna ingine nimeona tunaweza tumia.
That is not innovative. That is
That's
just
not innovative.
that is not like if you're going to say like leo natumia I don't know if it's okay to mention brand names. But if we are going to say leo tunatumia bamburi, kesho kuja useme tunatumia blue triangle. Zote ni simiti.
Yes.
Na zote they prove themselves to work on construction site. But your reason of us using blue triangle will be blue triangle are cheaper, or they are giving you a better offer than maybe this other brand.
All right.
That is okay. That is allowed. That is not going to shift anything big in construction. What we are looking at is there are people who will come and tell you, if you build with normal convention blocks, darugo, utatumia mchanga mingi, utatumia simiti mingi. But ukienda utumie interlocking blocks, you will use less cement, you will use less sand. You will have saved. In that point, you would have saved. Somebody will come and tell you, if you use this type, the usual corrugated roof sheets, your house will look ordinary. But if you go and use this type of sheets, your house will look like you're using tiles on your roof. Your construction will, in the long run, will look beautiful, will look presentable in the long run. Those are the ideas we are talking about. So there is somebody who sat down and realized they don't like corrugated roofing sheets. They went and got you stone-coated roofing sheets.
Yeah.
These stone-coated roofing sheets will give you the feel of clay tiles without the weight and the spending that you would use for clay tiles. But then you save yourself from ugly, normal corrugated sheets that are noisy when it rains. You get that now?
Yeah.
That is now like an idea of that is now an example of innovation. Yes.
Right.
So while we are building, we could have decided we are going to use those corrugated roof sheets. But you go either to the market or you go sit somewhere and the idea comes, we can change the roofing sheets to something else. At first, that innovation will look expensive because we have to stall the project until you get that material working on site, because then again you cannot just come and then decide today and tomorrow we do it. Yes, so you have to go sit down with the manufacturers, you go sit down with the engineers, with the architects and every other stakeholders in the construction industry and say, I want us to add something to this corrugated roofing sheets. What are we adding on it? We are adding a pattern and we are adding stones on top of that. So this is going to help in 1, 2, 3 ways. Then now you come back to site and you tell your fundis, we are ready to work with this.
Yeah.
Because it has been approved by the stakeholders in the industry. Yes.
Okay. Between mistakes and failures, ama does mistakes na failures ina encourage sana watu kukua innovative kwa site?
That is actually where we get our lessons from. Yes. You build, I think even before people discovered that we could build a floor higher. Somebody tried it and it failed. And every time it failed, we realized we can use various materials to reinforce our slab so that it can hold the weight, its own weight, and the weight of the users of that slab. Yes. So usually anything in every industry, it's the mistakes and failures that bring up innovation. Yes.
What about maybe trust and accountability? Because I believe Keyman stores,
Yes.
One of the reasons ambayo Keyman stores exist is
Yes.
to build trust in the construction industry. What about that?
I'll explain that one in a very interesting way.
Okay.
As a project manager, there are a lot of projects I do out here.
Yeah.
But what makes it easy for me to handle these projects, it is the client looking at you and realizing, yes, I need to use this guy, and it is going to save me a lot using this person on my project. What Keyman Stores has brought up is very interesting. It's a point where now you don't need to have trusted me to work with me.
Okay.
Because there are systems that is now what we can define as innovation in the construction industry, where your money is safe and delivering to you is safe on my end also, and your money is safe on your end because none of us is holding that in our hands. I think there is a time I was watching your live stream and you guys were discussing and saying nani atalipa mwingine kwanza, wewe utaleta material alafu nilipe ama nilipe ulete na nikilipa ukose kuleta na nikileta ukose kulipa. So when you see such kind of issues happening in the construction industry, it is now where people like Keyman Stores come in and they innovate systems that will help and say, hey, you send the delivery.
Right.
The money has been deposited in an escrow. Once the quality of your products have been verified, the money will come to you. If not verified, you are given time to go rectify what you need to rectify, and then you get paid. That is innovation.
Right.
Yes. Now we are looking at a point where we are no longer having trust issues. You don't have a problem of paying me to do the work.
Yes.
I have no problem delivering your work. That nitafanya kazi alafu kose kulipa. Ama utalipa alafu nikose kufanya kazi.
Right.
That is now innovation. Now everybody is seated knowing that a third party is holding this money safely for us to deliver on our obligations. Once we have delivered and it is verified, I get paid. Now it is not in your hands to pay me. It is in the hands of a third party.
Yeah.
I'll surely get paid after I deliver this work. But when you want to sit down and trust, you ask yourself whether I trust you or not. It brings up a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
And as I said, innovation is helping reduce confusion, and you want to reduce time wastage, and definitely you don't. In all aspects, you don't want to waste resources. So that's why we innovate.
Right. So,
Yes.
Keyman Stores, you have confirmed that this is an innovation.
It's an innovation.
What kind of impacts do you feel Keyman Stores itakuwa nayo kwa construction industry now that it has been innovated for various reasons?
Access.
Access
To I can give you one good example. You left home, you left your house to come here. You go back to your house, you realize your sink is not working. You are not getting water, or it's leaking. Who will you call?
Plumber.
A plumber.
Yeah.
Where will you get them?
I'll just ask someone, do you know someone who can fix this for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people do you think you are going to ask until you get the right person to come and do the job?
Okay, I don't know.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
But now you have Keyman Stores where you will just log into the app and find a plumber near you.
Yeah.
Call them. Ask them to quote for the works. You pay through the system, it goes to an escrow. The guy comes, fixes it until you are satisfied.
Yeah.
You say, yes, I'm satisfied with what he has done. Then he gets paid. It was that easy. You didn't have to ask a friend, niaje, unajua plumber anaweza kuja nifixie my toilet. Niaje, unajua mse anajua kupaint akuja nipakie rangi. All that now in an innovation is this platform as an innovation will have all these people you are looking for to come and fix or build for you under one platform. You can find them somewhere. You know where to find them. Because usually the people who benefit in the market ni watu wanajua plug. Ni msee anajua msee. Sasa ule msee anajua msee ni wewe unajua Keyman stores. So msee hata msaki kupigia unamwambia mimi natoanga wase wangu wa kunijengea pale Keyman stores.
So at what point will this innovation thing become over engineering now?
Okay, what we call as over engineering in construction is fear. Yes, you are afraid of failure, and if you are afraid to fail, you will not learn. You know, yes. So it's again, I'll take you there. The people that made mistakes are the reasons why we are where we are now. Yes. We are at the moment we are about to build a 1 kilometer tall building. Yes. And at the time, even in the Bible, God stopped people from building higher. Now there is nothing that is stopping us from building higher because we are not afraid. We are not afraid to test the limits of anything in the industry.
Right.
Yes.
So there are those people who want to find new ways of doing things because they're just used to zenye ziko hapa, but yani they just want to explore. So is there a difference between innovating for survival and innovating to explore?
Most innovation comes through survival, but usually the best comes because somebody is daring. Those amazing innovations, innovation ideas come through somebody who's daring. But usually, most of what we are doing is usually through survival. Yes. You want to put a roof over your head, so you figure something out very fast, and you put a roof over your head. You want to be able to eat a warm meal when you get home. You figure it out very fast. You come up with a microwave. That's how it works. You want to survive, and you want and usually what we are looking at is we want to see tomorrow, and the idea that we want to be able to see tomorrow and not die today is why we innovate.
Right.
Yes.
So is there something that you'd want people to think differently about innovation in construction?
Okay, innovation in construction, usually, okay, what I want people to see or what I want people to understand is sio kumaliza kujenga.
Sio kumaliza kujenga.
Simply put, sio kumaliza kujenga.
Right.
Huo mjengo, after 10 years, after 50 years, give your building life. As a developer, as a contractor, as an engineer, as an architect. Give your building life. Isikuwe tu hii ni process tunafanya, at handover tumesahau, tumeenda. Yes. Juu sahi ukiangalia kwa construction industry sahi, ni kama wasee wanajaribu tu kumaliza kujenga, wasee waingie, they move to the next project. Hatuoni life kwa buildings anymore. Tunaangalia vitu zenye zinajengwa ni hizi ni temporary. Hizi they want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Once it is done serving its purpose, they might get rid of it. Yes. So most constructions tunaangalia sahi in the next 30 years zitakuwa zinabamba sana, tutataka zikae hapo. Yes. So if I would tell anybody, if we are going to innovate in the construction industry, we bring life into buildings, let buildings speak to us when we move, when we are passing along them. Yes.
You come a project manager and your experience as a project manager. Maybe kuna mahali ushai innovate something hivi. You can tell us about it. If
Let me
there's one.
see. Usually, okay, what I've done is to make my work easier.
Right.
Because one thing is that when we were in school training, we were indoctrinated to believe that construction will give you sleepless nights. But I love to sleep. I like to sleep. And one thing I like about it is that when Keyman Stores was being developed, I was approached as an advisor, and I was able to give a few ideas on how it is going to work as a platform. Then I myself, how I run and how I work on things, especially documentation and data and everything, is it is something in the process of how we'll communicate with the client. The developer doesn't need to be on site to be able to know what's happening. And in my ways, or how I try to deliver to my clients, is to ensure they are not afraid of the construction process. So every time after I finish a project, the client knows construction. Even if they had no idea about construction, I make sure now when they finish their first project, they know what construction is.
Right.
They understand that they can even build for themselves if they wanted to do the next project. So I'm trying to reduce trauma in the construction industry of naogopa kufanya mjengo, hii kitu itakula pesa mingi, mafundi watanipea stress, hawa professionals watanileta juu, watanilipisha pesa mingi, watafanya nini, a lot of chaos. All that chaos, I'm trying to mute it down through efficient communication systems to the client.
Okay.
Yes. So now we are just using the Excel files while we are still developing a system that allows for that kind of communication online, where now developers can log into a system and be able to track their projects wherever they are in the world. Yes, without necessarily being on site. Because the chaos is you have to come and show up every evening to your project to make sure everything is going fine. It stops you from doing what you're supposed to be doing elsewhere. Yes.
Right.
So those systems are what are helping me out at the time, that I'm able to sleep peacefully and wake up in the morning and report to site. It is actually what is helping me be here right now, because those systems are working. Otherwise, I need to be on site. Yes, I would be needed to be on site. But now you have representatives on a project on site doing and delivering for clients efficiently. Because for me, I'm looking at efficiency without complicating the systems. Yes.
So wewe kwako sahi construction, hiyo trauma ushatoa, hiyo trauma ya
hiyo trauma haiko because trauma inakuja, it's in the dealing with the people. Once you discover how to deal with the people, the emotions of the people, you understand your mtu wa mkono, you understand your fundi, you understand the foreman, ule mse anakuletea material unamuelewa, na unaelewa developer, kila kitu inakuwa rahisi. Juu hizo ni emotions tu unahitaji kumanage. Na the way you manage emotions ni communication. Developer akihitaji kuelewa kitu, unamuelezea vile anafaa elewe. Fundi wa mkono, the same. Hawa ni watu wako kwa project moja lakini huwezi waongelesha lugha moja. Yes. Developer anakusikiza tofauti, fundi anakusikiza tofauti, mtu wa mkono anakusikiza tofauti, ule mse yako kwa quarry anakutengenezea mawe, pia yeye anakusikiza tofauti. Wote huwezi waongelesha same language. Yes.
Right. Hey, Lydiana, that was so educative. Your KS number?
My KS number is KS012.
KS012.
Yes.
Tulisema kila mtu mwenye ako hapa kwa hiki kiti ako na KS number.
Yes, na ako verified pia.
You are verified, right?
I'm verified.
Of course, we don't bring anyone who is not verified hapa kwa Keyman Community Live. So your KS number is 012.
012.
That means uko na store hapa Keyman Stores na uko verified.
Yes.
So
na hiyo ni store ya project management.
Yes.
Ukitaka kuletewa all these professionals and fundis to your project, wote nawaleta wote pamoja wakusaidie kudeliver your project. Yes.
Wow, now I see who to go to when I am starting my project.
Yes.
So I think, thank you very much, Lydia McKelvin. Yes. Director wangu ananiambia, time. But I believe that tume-explore sana na umeweza kujibu maswali zote zenye mtu angetaka kusikia pale about innovation in construction. And of course, guys, let's give our buildings life from Kelvin Lidiema himself. I believe we will also bring you back.
No problem. I said I'm available. Just let me know in advance. I would want to come as many times as possible.
Mondays are suitable days for you to come to Community Live?
They are the best days for me.
They are the best days?
Yes.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you to Lydia McKelvin for helping us explore this innovation thing in construction so that to reduce your trauma ya kusema, construction ni ngumu, nini, sindio ama namna gani. And we take another break. We will be coming back, to recap what Lydia McKelvin has said. I hope that mtu wangu wa mkono amekuwa akisikiza na atatuambia kenye amesoma. This is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter MK. We are coming back.
Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com. Join the #1 marketplace for builders. www.keymanstores.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We have really learned a lot from Kelvin Lidiema about innovation in construction. He has said that innovation is not fancy, but efficient. Hey, jamani. Hey! Kwani mimi nimekuwa mtu gani? Efficient. Director. Haujasikia hiyo by the way. I hope hujasikia hiyo. But anyway, najua wanasemanga money is to error. Si ndio? So guys, this is Keyman Community Live. I am presenter PMK.
And of course, this is the big voice in construction. My name is Brian Jega. And of course, we are back to wind it up. Vile si uifanya kama kawaida. And of course, remember, this is Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of www.keymanstores.com, where we buy safe and of course, we build smart.
People joining us in this session are Ken Real, there's Ngoko, there's Bazu, Susan Romba, Grace Mugo, and of course Steve Mbatia. Na mtu mwingine anaitwa Kidharari. Asanteni sana. That is TikTok. We say thank you for continuing to listen to our conversations. Naona mtu anajiita hapa sijui ni Engineer Eric. Engineer Eric. watu wa engineer Eric aingie huko Keyman Stores.
Aingie Keyman Stores, apige hapo registration hapo, sign up, and of course get a case number, and of course be ready to trade kama kawaida.
Right. So mtu wangu wa mkono, unajua pale chini nilikwambia ukienda pale unaenda mboka. Wewe ndo masikio yangu ya pili. Nikihata kitu kitu nimekuwa nikiongea hapa, ushaipata. One or two things maybe you've gotten from Lydia Kelvin on innovation.
The biggest part yenye nimepata ni engineers mostly ama contractors. Hawaangushagi nyumba ya kwanza, wanaangushaga nyumba ya 10. Hiyo ndio kitu yenye nimeshika sana. And I tend to ask myself why mbona angushe nyumba ya 10, but I think I know the reason. Ni juu ya hiyo mazoea, and of course assumption ati kila kitu iko sawa, nimezoea. Mimi hiyo ndio nimeget.
Right. So there's another thing that Kelvin amesema that unaona hii yenye tumekuwa tukifikirianga construction ni ngumu, it's something big, and he has said that it's high time we reduce that trauma ya kufikiria vitu kaiza, because yeye mwenyewe amesema already ashazoea. That's why he's able to come here and discuss this with us, because hana hiyo stress ya site ati yo kutaenda kutafanya. He's a project manager na yeye ashajipanga, ashawacha kazi yake ikiendelea vizuri sana. And of course alisema that I asked him what's one thing he would like people to think differently about innovation, and akasema that innovation sio kumaliza mjengo. Unajua kuna watu watafikiria because something new has come up, huyu anataka kutumaliza, anataka kutupatia kazi ngumu ama difficult ways of doing things. But Lydia has said that innovation haikuji ati kumaliza mjengo. It is just a way to, kurahisisha mambo ya kufanya kazi kule kwa site. Sijui kama you have something else ama we go back to, shoutouts kidogo tukifunga pale.
Tunaweza rudi kwa shoutouts tukifunga pale.
Right. So I'm seeing architect Lydia Kelvin. He's joining us on this live. Asante sana. I'm seeing our super top fan, Jalex Mondley. Asante sana. I'm also seeing someone called Bullion Van. I'm seeing Max, Grace Mugo. I'm seeing Zaweria G. Jamani wa Zaweria, and also Daisy Mitei and Joyce Akelo. I want also to remind you that if you are a skilled person in construction and would like to be featured hapa Keyman Community Live, what you need to do is send us your video of what you do, whether you are a plumber, an electrician, what else in construction?
A service provider.
You just send us a video doing what you do kule kwa site, and tutakuwa tunacheza hiyo video hapa. Na vile vile if you want to be featured, you need to kuingia kwa Keyman Stores and get verified and all that. Na of course someone who is coming here lazima akuwe na that KS number, a unique identification number showing that you are legit hapa kwa Keyman Stores na kukua verified does not it means that you have a bank account and you are ready to trade on Keyman Stores. Kwa hivyo mtu mwenye ako Keyman Stores na hayuko verified, I don't know how that's gonna work because hiyo haihappen hapa.
Kabisa. And of course, if you want to sell, there was a question of how can I sell pale YouTube by Pastor Njoroge. Thank you so much for always being able to tune in each and every day from 8 a.m. to 10 in the a.m. Of course, ulikuwa umeuliza how can I be a seller? It is very easy. Please visit www.keymanstores.com and of course sign up, and after you sign up you will see an invite pale ya kuwa supplier, and then you can be a supplier, create your own profile pale, and of course you create your profile, and of course you create your store, and then from hapo it becomes very easy to become a seller. And of course wewe ambaye uko pale nyumbani na hauna kazi na ungependa kukuwa na kazi ama ama ungependa kuanza kutengeneza pesa kidogo hapa na pale, you can always become a plug. And how do you become a plug? You just text I want to become a plug to the number 0757539000 ama 0757 let me do it again, 0757 539 and of course you will get some assistance pale ndani. It is a very easy process ya kukua plug pale ndani. You get a 2-day training, unaweza kukua plug pale, and of course it is task based and you get some income ukiwa pale kama plug. One more time, this is Keyman Community Live, brought to you courtesy of keymanstores.com. My name is Brian Jenga, the big voice in construction.
Right, it has been nice. It has been 2 good hours of talking about innovation here at Keyman Community Live. Tuonane kesho by the way, na msisahau mwezi ni mgani, msisahau watu wajengeane manyumba. Mwezi
ni wa mapenzi, and of course mapenzi ni mazuri ukiwa na nyumba.
Lakini sometimes mapenzi kilio.
Hey.
Anyways. See you tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Tomorrow we dive into something different. Kwa hivyo tupatane kesho saa 2 mpaka saa 4 za asubuhi. I have been your amazing presenter, MK. Shout out to our director, Mr. Brian, and of course our producer, Mr. Keyman. See you tomorrow.